What's good, everybody? It's your boy Michaevelli, and I'm back with another reaction video, man. If you guys are new to the channel, subscribe right now. This is what NBA players bought with their first check, featuring Zion Williamson, Iguodala, and Chris Paul. Let's get it.
Now, with contracts in the NBA getting more ridiculous each year, some big names recently revealed what they cashed out on with their first paychecks. Now, Klay recently appeared on an episode of Kneading Dough with Maverick Carter, where they went over many things, including the thing that Klay bought with his first check. With Klay Thompson being one of the best catch-and-shoot scorers in the league, he's made waves over the years, being a part of the historic run by the Warriors, and recently signed a deal worth 5 years and $190 million. But he recently sat down and talked about his money situation, and he said it doesn't matter how much he makes present day, and he'll always remember what he bought with his first paycheck. Back in 2011, the Warriors drafted Klay with the 11th pick, where he eventually made a little over $2 million. When Klay was asked about his first NBA check that was $35,000, he said, "It was incredible." Klay even said, "It was more money than I could ever think of." The first item Klay bought was a pool table, and when asked about it, he said, "I still have that to this day." And Klay also talked about the fact that his cheap taste made it easy to transition into the league. He said, "It's not like the money made me happier. It was always great to see that check, but I lived such a great life at the time on my $1,100 a month stipend. That went so far. I could get as much Taco Del Mar as I wanted. I could go to Target and have a field day." And even after winning 3 NBA championships, he still doesn't have an expensive taste, and he talked about that, saying, "I'm pretty simple. My tastes aren't that extravagant." Klay also spoke about a money regret that he had when he got his first bit of money.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I mean, I only got like a couple of designer things, so my taste really isn't that extravagant. So I would say, like, it's amazing how, you know, the basic things, people think that that's extravagant and fancy. Like me, I'd just be happy with like literally what I got on right now: Nike jogging pants, a white tee, and some white forces. Not that extravagant, bro. And even when I do wear some jeans, it's gonna be, you know, some jeans, black tee or white tee, and some J's. You ain't never gonna catch me in no Gucci shoes or no, you know, Alexander McQueen. Not to diss any of them or their brands or their, you know, but it's just, I don't go for all that, bro. No, I'm just basic.
He said that he went out and bought a lot of clothes to match the NBA style, but he admitted that that was a stupid decision. He even said, "I'd only wear about 5% of the closet." But there is one recent purchase that Klay made that he said he doesn't regret one bit. That was a brand new boat. He talked about why he bought it, saying, "I know I'm going to get use out of it because the water brings me peace. Plus, with my foundation, I'm going to have the ability to take kids out and go fishing, which is really cool to me." Wealth is a mindset. If you have relationships and experiences around you, those are priceless. That's better than any car or big house you can get. Now, with Amar'e Stoudemire spending 15 seasons in the NBA playing for many teams, nothing was as unforgettable as his time in Phoenix, where he was drafted in 2002 and played for many successful years. But right after he was selected with the 9th pick, he made a lot of money before playing a single game, but spent almost all of his first check within weeks. Amar'e told Wealth Simple, "When I got that first check, I saw all the zeros. This for like 300,000. I thought, man, this is like the Richie Rich movie. You wake up and now you're rich." Stoudemire was excited about the money, so he decided to splurge on a few gifts for himself.
Okay, I'm glad I paused it right there, because I'm glad I heard what I did here. There's nothing wrong with splurging, you guys, but never live beyond your means, ever. I don't care how much money you got or how much of a check you got. Never, like I say, and I'm going to say it again in case you guys forgot. Me, if I ever make that type of money, which I am sure I'm going to make at some point, but when I do, it's never going to be the materialistic things first. It's always going to be something that's going to, you know, boost up in value, like real estate. That's going to be my go-to. And not to diss anybody who does like to splurge and, you know, do all these nice things because they never had it or whatever the case may be. But all I'm saying is just be aware of what you're doing. You know, be aware of your finances. Make sure that you don't go too overboard, because going too overboard can cost you in the end. Remember that. You know, when I heard that he spent that money in weeks, I was like, what? But yeah, always treat yourself, you guys, but never cheat yourself.
And his family. In addition to getting some new clothes and jewelry, a truck, and a nice apartment, he bought his mom her first house and took his brother shopping. Amar'e spoke about shopping for his family when he said, "When you see tears in your mother's eyes and the joy in your brother's face, Those moments only come once in a lifetime. But he obviously
Facts.
learned from spending so much at once and matured. Amari talked about the importance of saving, saying, if you save properly, you can live off your interest. It keeps you out of your pocket. You spend the money from the interest before you're spending your actual money. Now, with Andre Iguodala becoming known for his time in Golden State, he too played for many organizations throughout his career. He was initially drafted with the 9th pick of the 2004 draft by the Philadelphia 76ers, and his first NBA contract was for 4 years worth $9 million. Iguodala often talks about how he never thought nor planned to make it into the league, and that it was something that just happened and he went along with it. Recently, Andre sat down and talked about what he bought with his first check from the NBA, and he was talking to Wealthsimple, which is an online investing service. Andre said, I had no idea I might make it to the NBA. And when Iggy was explaining all the money he received at a young age, he said, I wasn't thinking about the money, the cars, jewelry. I'd never seen that before, so I wasn't looking for it. I just enjoyed playing basketball. You get an advance over the summer, and just before the draft, you get an advance for trading cards and an advance for a shoe contract. I remember a loan agency floating me until I got advances. They sent me a check for $25,000. Now, when it came to the first thing he bought when he got his first check, Andre explained he headed right over to Nike Town and said a whole bunch of pairs of Jordans. I spent like $2 or $3 grand, and it felt like I spent $1 million. I didn't know how to spend money. Andre finished his comments by encouraging people to watch their wallets by saying, I've been able to meet interesting people who've helped me out, and in turn, I want to help out my fellow NBA players. And Andre also said he wants to give our players many options post-retirement, because there's many, many years of life when you're not playing. Now, with Chris Paul being a starting point guard for the last 15 seasons, he too has racked up hundreds of millions of dollars, but he's always kept a good mindset about his money, and he talked about how in 2005, when he was a sophomore at Wake Forest, he declared for the NBA draft, and his agency offered him a $100,000 advance. But his parents, who were very smart with their money, knew that a 21-year-old would blow that money quickly, so they insisted $25,000 would do just fine. Chris sat down with CNBC's Make It and talked about the day he received his first check and said, that was the day my life changed. I took my girlfriend, my best friend, his girlfriend, we went to the mall, we went to a couple stores, and I was just like, just get something. There's no feeling like it. Because we used to go on double dates to TGI Fridays, and when they would come with the bill, we'd be like, 2 bills, please. You know, me and my girl, him and his girl, that day and ever since, it's been 1 bill. Chris also spoke about the conversation he had with his mom after getting his first check, and he said, my mom called me and was like, boy, you used that credit card yet? And I was like, no, Mom. I just never liked the whole premise of having a credit card and being able to spend money that you don't have. I have my debit
Exactly.
card, so I just like to spend money.
Like, I mean, really it goes both ways, bro. Like, you have a credit card, of course you're gonna have more financial freedom, but at the same time, it's like, this money is not yours. You have to pay this back. And when you don't pay it back, your credit gonna be bad, and then that's gonna cause a whole bunch of other, it's just gonna cause you a whole bunch of rough roads in the future, later down the line. So I don't know what it is about credit. Like, it's key to getting a lot of things that you may want in life, but like a house, new car, or whatever. But dude, like, damn, like I gotta pay all this back though, so technically it's not mine. Y'all know what I'm saying, man.
I
Like,
knew I had. That's why my mom told me that no credit is bad credit. But I still don't like credit cards to this day. I'm not cheap, but I'm frugal. So I'm very conscious of any and everything that I spend money on. Now,
Right.
Luka Doncic quickly becoming a star of the league.
like, to be honest, you guys, like, I messed my credit up when I was 18, and I'm like 24, 25 right now, and I'm repairing it. Like, well, it's already been repaired, but I'm constantly still working towards getting it above 800. You know what I mean? Like, so if you guys have to put yourself on the limit in terms of, because I ain't gonna lie, man, at that time I had just graduated high school. I had never seen this type of money before, and at that time I'm not really key in knowing that, hey, this money is not yours, you're gonna have to pay this back. Well, I didn't know I had to pay it back every month, but it was just like, this is financial freedom for me. At that time, my credit limit was 800 because it was my first time applying for a credit card. And then, let's see what happened after that. Let's see what happened after that. Over the course of me just spending money on the credit card, you're not thinking, hey, this adds up. You spent this, okay, that's the amount of that, and it's gonna add up to this, it's gonna add up to that, it's gonna add. The more purchases you make, the more it adds up. And then when the bill comes, and just like any other person, I was like, nah, I didn't buy all this. But no, I did, and I had to pay all that back. Eventually, it got to a point where it was too exhausting to pay back. Like, the limit I got increased, and then I was still making crazy purchases and then wasn't able to pay it back. So that's a lesson to you guys, man. Don't ever put yourself in that situation. If you have to put a cap on your limit in terms of how much you spend on your credit card, then do that. But that's a part of, at that time, me trying to live beyond my means. You see what I'm saying? So, just a word from the wise, man.
Playing professionally for years now, even prior to making it to the NBA. Luka got paid and played basketball professionally in Europe before making it to the NBA. But playing basketball, specifically coming to America to play the NBA, was his priority. Growing up, Luka was always into cars, and he always wanted exotic cars, especially a Lamborghini or a McLaren. But he recently talked about how he definitely needed a Porsche. That's what Luka said, that's been my dream car since I was young. And with a few of his first checks that Luka received from his teams overseas, he cashed out on a few whips, and he got a custom electric blue Porsche Panamera, and he himself claimed as the most beautiful car in the world. And with it being such a unique blue with black rims, it truly isn't one of a kind. However, what's funny is that Orlando's big man Nikola Vucevic and Luka have been friends for a while. And right before Luka was drafted into the league, Vucevic tweeted at Luka saying, "If you come to Orlando, I can't help you with Jennifer Aniston, but you can drive my 911 every day." Knowing that was his dream girl and his dream car. And you can easily tell Luka's obsessed with Porsches, as he's been seen with 3 different versions of that car. Of course, he has the electric blue Panamera version, but he also recently copped a red Porsche 911 Turbo with black rims, where Luka even added a custom exhaust system to it as well. But Luka's also been spotted having a black version of the Porsche Panamera as well, spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on just his dream cars. But right after signing his contract with the Mavericks, Luka decided to spoil himself again, this time buying a cherry red Audi A7 right off the lot from an Audi dealership in Dallas. Luka posted a picture of him in front of the car with the caption saying, "Thank you, Audi," and he reportedly paid $70,000 for the car, being the cheapest one he owns, but still different from the rest. Now with Shaq becoming one of the richest athletes in history, you'd be surprised that he even got to this point after what he did as soon as he got his first big paycheck. Back in 1992, after being drafted by the #1 pick by the Orlando Magic, immediately after signing a $1 million endorsement deal with a trading card company, Shaq, then at the time just 20 years old, made a financial mistake that forever ended up changing how he handled his money for the remainder of his career. Shaq actually told the story to Business Insider, saying, "It was me being overly happy / irresponsible. My agent called me and said, 'Hey, you got $1 million.' So I went to the Mercedes dealership, the guy says 150,000, I write him a check, give it to him. Now in my head, $1 million minus 150,000, I still got 850,000 left, right? So I get home, my father says, 'That's nice, where's mine at?' I go buy the same car for my father. I'm good, I got 700,000 left. So now I gotta go do what all the homeboys do. Gotta go buy rings and diamonds and earrings and this and that. A couple days later, my bank manager called me and he sat me down and he said, 'I've been following you for 2 or 3 years. I love your career. You're probably gonna be a fabulous player and make a lot of money. But you know, a lot of you guys, when you're done playing, don't have anything. I want you to take a look at this.' And I was like $50,000 to $60,000 in the hole. I was just writing checks. I was buying TVs. I was just buying stuff I didn't even need. So after that, I said, you know what? I'm gonna need to get me a business manager. And luckily, I had a lot of the hard lessons early. I'm the type of guy that I don't like to miss 2 shots in a row, even if it's a free throw. An experience like this is exactly why he's pushing financial responsibility to his 6 children as well. During a segment on The Ellen Show, O'Neal actually spoke about the rules that he currently has in place for his children, going on to say, "Our most famous rule is in order to touch any of my cheese, you gotta present me with 2 degrees. Their father's very successful, so as a father, I'm not going to give them handouts. They have to get a bachelor's and a master's. But Shaq knows his level of success isn't easily obtainable. But he talked about some recent intel that he got from Jeff Bezos that taught him how to quadruple his net worth. In a recent interview with the Wall Street Journal, O'Neal said, "I heard Jeff Bezos say one time that he makes his investments based on if it's going to change people's lives. But once I started doing that strategy, I think I probably quadrupled what I'm worth." And during his 19-year career in the NBA, O'Neal racked up about $300 million, but he didn't just go and spend that all in ridiculous stuff that he didn't need. He used it to invest in many opportunities that had nothing to do with basketball. He put money into things like Google and Apple, some Vegas nightclubs and fast food restaurants like Five Guys, Auntie Anne's, Papa John's, Krispy Kreme, and more, turning himself into a near billionaire rather than just another athlete that went broke. And with Zion Williamson becoming one of the biggest young names in the NBA since Kobe and LeBron, he definitely has had a lot to live up to starting here in his rookie season. After being drafted with the first pick of 2019 by the Pelicans, Zion instantly signed a 2-year, $20 million deal with them, and he also managed to sign a massive 5-year, $75 million deal with the Jordan brand, pretty much guaranteeing him a signature shoe as well. But shortly after receiving his first check, Zion went out and bought his brother a fully loaded 2019 Jeep Wrangler, which he ended up taking to DreamWorks Motorsports, where many other famous athletes choose to get their car work done. DreamWorks did some work on the car, amping up the engine and internal parts, as well as painting the Jeep in metal gray and adding a premium sound system. They also raised the Jeep a few inches and put on custom rims and wheels. The price of a brand new Jeep Wrangler runs for about $30,000, and there was at least $10,000 added in cosmetics and performance parts. Now, with Zion recently making a move to New Orleans and running into millions of dollars, he needed to buy a new place. And the rumor surrounding this was that Zion was potentially going to buy former NBA center Greg Monroe's house that was up for sale. This purchased by Monroe for $837,000 in 2013, and it's recently been listed for $874,000. The 5-bedroom, 5.5-bathroom home is located in a country club, and it features beautiful views. The house has very high ceilings, perfect for a player of Zion's size. And the main level of the home has a raised study with wood floors, and the open living area includes a kitchen with island, wet bar, and butler's pantry. The first floor master suite of this home includes 2 walk-in closets, and additional rooms with walk-in closets are located on the second floor, including an in-law suite. There's also a game room complete with a superhero mural on the wall, and in addition, the property features a balcony, 3-car garage, and lavish landscaping. Man, you know what I'd buy with my first NBA check? I'd buy this video right here on the screen. That's right, this video right here on the screen, I would pay for.
That's the end of that video, man. If you guys like this video, or you figured that it was some sort of inspirational and motivation to you, give it a fat thumbs up, man. What you waiting for? Like, comment, share. Michaevelli gang, we up out of here. Y'all have a blessed one and a safe one. I'm catch you on the next one. Peace.